Oh.
Hey, who did Eisen send that letter and cooking pot to anyway?
I don't want to think about it. That walloping still stings.
You've got to be curious though, right?
Maybe.
It was serious stuff. Whoever it is must be important to him. A lover, maybe?
Eisen's lover.
A child wouldn't be happy with that cooking pot, and a man wouldn't want it wrapped up so pretty. A young woman with Eisen's tastes, then. He'd be bound to fall for a miraculous match like that, right?
I don't know. I bet she's that girl with the yellow umbrella.
You really have a thing for her, don't you?
I do not. That's not what I mean.
Then pray tell, what do you mean?
Huh?
Eavesdropping, Eleanor? How unseemingly rude of you. Besides, Luffy said is free to like whomever he chooses.
You're one to talk about eavesdropping, Moggy Lou. Anyway, it's just that the sunflower design on the wrapping reminded me of her.
Now that you mention it, but does it really matter? He has someone to write to in any case.
True. I can't help but feel a bit envious.
What a nice way of summing it up, Velvet. So you were eavesdropping too, then?
Ey, was denn jetzt schon wieder?
Say, what do you think about Eisen? Oh, so that's the kind of guy you're into, hmm?
Huh. Not what I'd expect, but...
No, I just feel there's something different about him. The way he picks presents, the objects that catch his eye. Oh, is that all? Boring.
No kidding. All men have some kind of particular interest, big or small.
I suppose that's true, but he seems a bit, shall we say, overly obsessive?
Now that you mention it, he does have a tendency to ramble on about various topics.
And it's not just the items he collects. There's more to it? Every weekend, he eats curry for dinner, and every time we go into port, he docks at the 3rd bollard.
Come to think of it, I heard the galley crew complaining that he always needs his pasta cooked exactly the right way.
And when he needs a new outfit, he always goes to the same tailor and returns with identical clothes and boots. It all has to be exactly the same size and in exactly the same color. Turtle says he's very nitpicky.
Sounds like he's not so much picky as he is a pain in the ass.
But I do see a different side of him now. I thought pirates were all rough and filthy, but it seems they can be quite meticulous.
Not much of a reassessment.
Alter, was macht denn hier nochmal? Münze mit 2 Kopfseiten.
It must not feel great only ever getting tails, I bet.
Nah, I don't really mind that much. It's way too late for me to start letting that bother me.
Yeah, but wouldn't it be nice to get heads at least once? Hell, I know I'd like to see that, and I bet Laffy said here does too.
Yeah, I do.
Right? That's why I've brought something a little special. Ta-da!
What's so special about that coin? It looks identical to the one Eisen already has.
The front side does, yes. But both sides of the coin are actually heads. I had Kurogane make it for me custom. If both sides are heads, then not even the Reaper's curse can stop it.
Bleibt in der Mitte stehen.
Well, yeah, but that's cheating. What's the point in getting heads if it's rigged that way?
It's not cheating. It's called effort and hard work.
How?
If you always work hard and never give up, you'll make your own way forward. All right, I'm in. I'll get that heads for you. What?
That crow just flew off with the coin.
Those birds are attracted to shiny objects, I suppose. Damn it! I can't even win against a crow.
Don't sweat it. I figured something like this might happen, so I had a backup ready. Go on, give it a shot. You'll show that curse who's boss this time.
All right, here goes.
I don't believe it! Now Prince Percival's griffin's gone and eaten the other coin right out of the air!
Are you kidding me?
Not to worry. I've got a spare backup. It's time to put that curse on notice.
Right. Here I go.
You gotta be kidding me. Reaper's curse or not, does it really have to go this far over a damn coin?
It's fine, really. I had a feeling it'd turn out like this.
Well, I sure didn't.
Yeah, me neither.
Was zur Hölle? Erst klaut's eine Krähe, dann klaut's der Vogel und dann, was ist dann gewesen? Ist er explodiert?
May I ask you a question?
Nein.
What?
You're an Earth Moloch, yes? Why live on the sea when your kind sinks in water?
I live on the sea because I'm an Earth Moloch.
I'd be curious to hear more.
Ifrid used to go on about how we should accept what we were born with. But one time he joked about the idea of a pirate who couldn't swim, and he laughed and laughed. I wanted to clobber him right then and there, but it wouldn't have changed the fact that I can't swim. I didn't want some predestined elemental affinity to control who I was. Instead, I underwent tough training to overcome it.
Well, I guess that's one way to approach it. Did this training of yours bear any fruit?
Well, as soon as I stepped into a river, a big flood brought down a landslide from the mountains and swallowed me up. Then, when I tried going into a lake, the seaweed suddenly multiplied and tangled around my body, nearly drowning me. And then finally, when I tried jumping into the ocean, a huge whirlpool formed with me at its very center.
The Reaper's curse at play?
As far as I'm concerned, my Earth affinity and my Reaper's curse aren't much different, in that they've both shackled me since I came into being. This is about pushing and challenging the constraints I was born with.
So, did you eventually learn how to swim?
Pretty much, yeah. As long as I never let go of my portable life preserver.
Oh,
Was sind das denn alles für Diskussionen, was wir hier haben, Alter? Das ist ja mal... Holy shit.
Hey, Eisen, is there, anything we can do about the Prince's hawk? Griffin, I mean. Every day, it goes out on these hunts or whatever, and brings back the weirdest stuff. It's making a real mess out of the deck.
Hawk's hunt. What's the big deal?
Well, yeah. At first it was bringing back good stuff like seaweed and fish, things we could cook with. Sure, I was glad for a while. But then it started to escalate. Now we're talking 150 kilo amber cants and 350 kilo killer swordfish that it's catching.
That's not a bad thing, is it? It just means more to eat.
It is when they're being dropped from the sky onto the deck. Especially those killer swordfish and razor-sharp bills. What if somebody gets run through by one?
Can't you just warn the prince that his bird needs to be more careful?
Yeah, we could, but he looks so happy watching his hawk. I'd hate to spoil it for him.
Yeah, the prince looks so happy whenever Griffin is flying free. He kept grinning and asking Grocky all nice-like if he wanted to fly some more.
Grocky?
That's what Kamawana kept calling Griffin. She says she came up with it by combining Griffin and Hawk.
This is probably the first time in the prince's life that he's tasted any freedom. His whole life, he's only done what duty dictated of him. Letting Griffin fly was his first free act. To the prince, Grocky's an extension of who he is.
So what are we going to do?
Nothing, really. It's not like it really hurt anybody.
But it's punctured some major holes on the deck.
I'm sure even the prince knows when to rein it in. Let him have a little fun. He deserves it.
I don't know about all that. I'd say the prince is letting his newfound freedom get the better of him. Hey, I was just up on deck and it looks like Griffin's caught an elephant tuna this time.
An elephant tuna? That's the really big tuna that can swallow a killer whale whole, right?
That almost sounds like a demon to me.
Yep, huge fish, gills like elephant ears. I saw it myself. From the looks of it, I wouldn't be surprised if it was a demon. It's crazy valuable. On a good day, it can fetch 20 million gold on the market. But there's something ominous about seeing it hovering in the air above the ship.
20 million gold? I take back everything I said. The Prince and Griffin can do whatever they want.
Did she say above the ship?
Oh, hell. Benwick, we need to stop Prince Percival.
Aye, aye, sir. Hey! Don't drop that on the deck! Are you listening to me?
Okay. Achso, ja, sorry, gerade hinten ist das Fenster offen und irgendwas fährt da groß vorbei oder fliegt. Wo müssen wir jetzt hin? In Midgand. Midgand. Wir hatten die Dinger noch, ne? Aber da habe ich gerade keinen Bock drauf. Seien wir doch mal ehrlich, wir müssen doch zu diesem Kontinent da rechts auch mal hin. Und oben waren wir auch noch nie. Sachsenhafen, Renit. Ach ja, stimmt, wir wollten ja schauen, was in der Hauptstadt los ist. Weil da oben ist noch ein Kontinent, rechts ist noch einer. Im Eisgebiet oben links haben wir ja auch noch keinen gefunden. Ich weiß gar nicht, warum die da großartig nach suchen müssen. Und da ist scheinbar ein Unterwasserkontinent noch oben rechts.
The boss has given me a message for you. Says there's some sort of nasty demon running around in the Aldina Plains, to the east of Logris. She thought it might be the one you're looking for.
Wasn't the Eastern Highway closed off from Logris?
That was only temporary. It's back open now. If you follow the road, you'll reach Stonebury Village. There you'll find one of ours who actually saw the demon. You want to know more? That'd be a good place to start.
Got it.
Hey, that's the same direction I sensed the...
Give Tabitha our thanks.
It's looking more and more like we're on the right track. We ought to go check out that Bloodwing story.
Then let's start by going to Stonebury.
Hey, Eisen, did I say something wrong back there?
No. I just didn't think we needed to give the Bloodwings any information for free.
Huh?
He means the Earth Pulse points, kid. We're the only ones who know about them.
But aren't we on the same side as the Bloodwings?
We're not enemies with them. But I wouldn't go so far as to call them our friends either.
That's just how it goes in the underworld. Things can change at the drop of a hat. A poison hat.
But how are they supposed to trust us if we don't show them trust in kind?
That messenger knew our faces, even though we'd never met. He was here waiting for us, even though we hadn't told anyone where we were going.
You're right!
We hardly know the first thing about them, and yet they seem to know every move we make.
They could easily sell us out if it struck their fancy.
They'll work with us as long as we're a useful ally in their resistance against the Abbey. But the more tricks we can keep up our sleeve, the better.
We've got each other's back, but only as long as we hold a knife up our sleeve. That's what counts as trust in the underworld.
That sounds terrible. But at least you can trust that Tabitha's cooking will be tasty.
Can't argue that.
Na, wenigstens was. Was das schon wieder der Ost-Midgand?
This is everyone's first time to Stonebury, right?
Why was it blocked off? Demons?
No, there was a great tornado on the Aldina Plains that swallowed up a whole merchant caravan. Hundreds gone in an instant.
The cooling of the climate is causing bouts of odd weather. Thunderstorms, heavy downpours, and the like.
Correct. The Abbey is keeping a tight guard on traffic through the affected areas.
If it's open now, that must mean the tornado is gone.
I wonder what sort of place it is.
It's quite lovely. In the vast forest to the east, you can find gemstones, and it's teeming with rare plants and insects. The locals trade only as much meat and hides as they need, and they live peaceful, quiet lives.
You sure know a lot about this place.
It's where the Norman he first fell in love with grew up.
Yeah! Please don't embarrass me. Though we are apart from each other now, our hearts are still as one.
Immediately after you and I made our pact and set off, she fell in love with some macho Norman and moved away.
What? Why haven't I heard about this? How long have you known?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe I found out during my long search for you. Or maybe it was right after we left. I remember leaving something in the village and going back to... Oh well, not like it matters.
It does matter!
There's no sense in crying over a fickle girl. Come, Stonebury awaits.
Norman waren doch die Katzen, ne? Ja. Vermutlich. Speicher. Okay. Ich kann immer noch ein kleines Fazit ziehen. Das Spiel ist schon sehr gut. Das gefällt mir sehr. Klar, das Kampfsystem ein bisschen durch. Weil du so viele fucking Dinger kombinieren kannst. Da wäre, glaube ich, weniger Berg besser gewesen. Ja, wobei das heißt weniger. Ich meine, dass du nicht ständig wechseln müsstest. Du müsstest... Was halt fehlt, ist, glaube ich, eine Komfortfunktion, finde ich ja, wo du ja einfach... Vielleicht gibt es das auch? Nein, gibt's nicht. Oder? Nee. Was ist das da? RT. Achso, das war Höllenklaue. 2 Treffer. Combo-Start. Vernichtender Stoß. Während der Kombo von 8 Treffern oder mehr LT gedrückt halten. SA? Einwechselangriff. Tödlicher. Während einer Combo LT gedrückt halten verbraucht 3 SA. LT ist der linke Trigger, ne? Okay, das steht jetzt da nicht drauf, aber... Ne, LT ist das da hinten. Hä? Das sind also die Spezialangriffe. What the hell? Genau, ja. Ja, und die Bosse sind teilweise echt ätzend. Ich meine, mir ist bewusst, dass das Bosse sind. Aber manchmal ist es schon, ich meine, die blocken jeden Dreck. Du musst dann teilweise echt warten, bis du mal... Und vor allem stört es mich halt persönlich, dass du halt ständig diese blöden Punkte verlierst. Ich kann ja verstehen, dass du die verlierst, wenn du irgendwie mal betäubt wirst oder sowas. Aber mittlerweile kann ja jeder verdammte Gegner dich betäuben. Das ist ja nicht mehr irgendeine Funktion oder sowas, das ist schon fast Standard. Haben wir da drin irgendwas? Ah ja, tatsächlich. Das ist die andere Spacko.
I'm so happy things have been peaceful around the capital. I can come to the harbor to shop without fear. I heard that those demons that made a mess of the palace have been wrecking towns all over, though. But Shepherd Artorias and the fine folks at the Abbey are on the job. I bet those demons are quaking in their britches.
Let's hope that's the case.
Of course it is. Lord Artorias is incredible. The demons have been mostly cleared from the area around the capital.
Your love for the Abbey and the Shepherd are great and all, but I'd keep it down. If you keep poking around the bushes, you might catch yourself a snake.
A snake?
There's a rage-crazed girl out there who hates the Abbey. She's a real viper, that one.
She sounds awful.
That's what I hear.
Who are you calling a viper?
Ey, die Magiluna, die nimmt halt nix. Die verpasst halt keine Situation, um Welt mal eins wieder Nein zu drücken.
The Eastern Plain is finally open for travel. I hear that the people of Stoneberry are alive and well. My husband and I can breathe a sigh of relief.
I wasn't worried about him at all.
He talks tough, but he was really worried. Oh, sorry you don't know who we're talking about. It's his apprentice.
What kind of apprentice?
My husband's an architect. Even the royal family and the Abbey commission his work. He's been at the docks here on a job. He just finished and we're about to return to Logris.
These people don't care about all that.
Why did your apprentice go to Stoneberry?
He's young and talented, but a bit eccentric. He said he wanted to help create a new town, so he set off to the frontier.
A craftsman has to focus on his work. Creating a new town. Ha! He should know his place.
But my husband didn't disown him. That boy's fearlessness reminds me of my husband when he was young.
So you understand how he feels then?
I didn't say that. If he thinks he has the talent, he's free to do as he likes. But if he doesn't follow through with it to the end, I'll be done with him.
Did you hear that? He thinks the boy can do it. If you ever find yourself in Stoneberry, go visit that boy's workshop.
Right, I'll do that.
Sorry about my husband. He can be a real grump.
Don't worry about it. I'm pretty used to people like that.
Hey, what's that supposed to mean?
Wow, jetzt fängt sogar schon Raffi an. Oder viel damit an.
A new recipe! I've gotta try it!
Warte mal, Schweinsohren des Berserkers? Okay. Das lassen wir mal so stehen. Hör ich jetzt auf? Eigentlich müsste ich aufhören. Hör ich auf? Nein, ein bisschen geht noch. Ja, es ist so sicher, dass überall Monster rumlaufen. Ich meine, schau auf das fucking Feld, Alter. Das sind 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 oder 12 Monster drin hier rum. Was ist das für ein Spaß? Ja, das ist hier alles sicher, da passiert gar nichts. Ich finde es immer lustig, wenn den Spiel immer gesagt wird, ja, es ist alles sicher. Und dann läufst du einen Schritt aus der Stadt raus und da sind 200 Monster da, die dich sofort umbringen wollen. Ja, komplett sicher. Ja, grunze nicht so rum, ey. Geht's jetzt da lang oder da lang? Ich glaube, das war hier. War das hier? Ich glaube schon, dass es hier war. Ja, doch, da hinten war es. Ist der schneller wie ich? Nee. Okay. Können wir schon dasselbe verspeichern? Ich meine, wir haben ja nichts Großartiges gemacht. Oh, das war die Gallerstraße. War da zufällig? Ne, sieht man jetzt nichts. Warte, ich komme da gar nicht nach. Hä? Dann war es nicht der Weg, es war ein anderer. Es gibt aber auch keine Weltkarte, ne? Das nervt mich ein bisschen. Sowas gehört nach meiner Meinung eigentlich dazu. Ich meine, eine Karte irgendwie von dem ganzen Zeug, wo du mal anschauen kannst, schnell mal so, ah ja, okay, da kann ich lang. Ich meine, das ist ja hier auch nicht mal irgendwas beschriftet. Ich glaube, wir haben jetzt keine riesen...
I think I've finally gotten used to it.
Used to what?
Your powers. I think I've finally got a handle on them in a way that feels right.
That's good. Hopefully you won't faint anymore.
Yeah, and I'll keep learning too. I hope we can make this work out.
Yeah, definitely. Fingers crossed. What's wrong?
Nothing.
Hey! When you and Eleanor made your pact together, she gave you a true name, right? Was it a good one?
True name? What's that?
It's a special name in the ancient tongue given to a Moloch as a necessary step in forming a pact with a human. I gave Bienfu the name Fushi Cass. It means thing.
That's pretty messed up.
It's just my own little way of showing affection.
So what kind of name did you get, Laphicet? What's the matter? She didn't give you a really weird name like Magulu gave Bienfu, did she? If you're not happy with it, I can talk to Eleanor about it later. So go on and tell me...
I'm fine with it. And I can't tell you anyway.
Well, you don't have to get so worked up about it.
A true name is not something a Moloch just casually divulges to others. They carry a special meaning to us. Speaking it to anyone other than our Pact Keeper carries a special meaning. Between comrades, it means we trust them with our lives. In other cases, it's...
Practically a confession of love!
You could have said something sooner, you know.
Laphicet's at a delicate age. You should be more careful in the future.
Oh, really? It's just another way of showing affection.
Okay, ohne Jacke Laphicet erhalten. Okay, das könnte vielleicht lustig sein. Das ist keine Jacke, Alter. Das ist ein Banner? Keine Ahnung. Ohne Jacke. Alter, das schaut so plan aus oder so leer aus ohne Jacke. Das ist ja voll schlimm. Wow. Warum kriege ich denn sowas? Das schaut doch alles mit Grütze aus. Das ist ja im Prinzip nicht mehr wie... Wie sie da alle... Sag mal, die halbe Armee gehört doch zu denen, kann das sein?
Wow!
Ein Drache? Ein Drache mit schwarzen Flügeln.
Dragon.
be the demon Tabitha wanted us to know about.
It's flying free, but could it still be a Therian?
I just felt an Earth Pulse point. It's that way, somewhere near the top of that mountain.
Let's check it out.
Also haben wir unseren nächsten Seria. Wow. Ihr könnt mich doch nicht einfach neben dem verdammt... die Drecksviecher sind auch wieder da. Hallo Baum. Ah, shit.
Are we ready for this?
Oh ja, stimmt, diese.
Your style is
Na, jetzt habe ich die dämliche Drecksfee auch gesehen. Hä?
A foe worth killing.
Ah, scheiße, genau in diesem Moment dreht sich die andere Seite. Boah, fuck. Warum hab ich das trotzdem erwischt? Also. Alter, können wir aufhören, ich will die angreifen. Wow.
I thought we were done for.
Floridenmontur. Alter Schwede, ey, da haben wir uns ganz schön abbekommen. Dann müssen wir unsere Gruppe ändern. Formation, zack.
Oh, can't a witch get a little downtime? Eleanor Hume, reporting for duty.
Watch, and I'll show you my Rangetsu style.
If I'm in this 100...
Ja, ja, passt schon. Alter, das ist eine riesige Ebene, hey, was geht denn ab?
Always ready to fight.
Alter. Was mich halt auch stört, die können halt Sachen abwehren, wo sie gerade eigentlich Distanz sind. Das ist manchmal echt. Da, der blockt, obwohl er eigentlich nicht mit dem Rücken zu mir steht. Was ist der da noch? Sehr schön.
Come on, put up some fight, okay?
Ich sind voll am Schnaufen müssen. Das ist eine Truhe. Oh, eine Biene. So.
They were nothing.
Ja, so geht es eigentlich. Da ist Wespenmann. Ja. Was ist auf 32? Dafür sind die Gegner auch schon auf. Ja. Alter, die sind ja voll nervig. Ah. Das hat mich jetzt getroffen. Achso, das Ding. Diese dämliche Bewegung, wo sie sich einfach nur im Kreis dreht.
You're just lucky I made it quick.
Yeah. There are things worse than death.
Oh.
Forward kill.
Ah. Die Akkus sind irgendwie die schlimmsten, weil, keine Ahnung. Das sind einigermaßen am Schaden, das ist ein dämlicher Sprung. Sind wir schon fertig? So.
Well then, let's move on.
Dann rege ich mich zu viel über das Kampfsystem auf. Ich stelle mich wahrscheinlich einfach nur dumm an. Achso, jetzt ist es wieder neblig. Vorher war der Sturm, halt nicht der Sturm war ja... Ist das schon wieder ein anderer Gegner?
I'll finish this now.
14? Hä? Gab's da noch einen anderen Weg? Oh ja. Den habe ich gar nicht gesehen. Da ich, hä? Level 14? Was ist jetzt los? Vor allem, weil ich mir dachte, ey, die haben wir relativ schnell weggemäht und dann so, Wir müssen irgendwas angreifen. Schnell. So. Ah, fuck. Und dann habe ich es nicht ausgenutzt.
but I'm this close. I won't miss. Form zero.
Ey, manchmal haben die doch auch so bestimmten, also, ja, ich weiß, wir sind auf. Sind auf 0 und trotzdem überleben sie komischerweise. Ich meine, jetzt kannst du normalerweise eigentlich zuschauen, wie die Energie von den Viechern weggeht. Aber dann, wenn sie am Schluss sind oder fast keine Energie mehr haben, dann plötzlich zieht es denen nichts mehr ab. Ah, natürlich. Das ist der erste Schlag, was der macht.
Not bad.
You too.
Rangbonus. Neuer geht. Oh, Alter, was ist das für das Gebiet jetzt? Was geht ab? Komm mal her, wir müssen das einziehen. Was ist denn jetzt los? Der bleibt vor mir stehen und nicht mehr schauen. Oder hab ich ja von hinten getroffen? Das ist natürlich so. Grundsätzlich schon. Alter, ich war so weit weg, der konnte mich doch gar nicht treffen. Dieses Kampfsystem macht mich narrisch, ey. Jetzt ist es ja nicht mal schwer. Und oft muss einfach bloß draufhauen. Aber manchmal sind so Sachen... Ja, da weißt du ganz genau, der trifft dich eigentlich nicht und trotzdem trifft er dich. Boah, geh mal weg da. Ich will den Baumstumpf überfallen. Wow. Ich pfeife dem anderen ab, damit der andere mich trifft. So. Ich hoffe mal, dass es beim Tales of Arise besser gemacht. Also vor allem die Kollisionsabfrage halt, die ist schon manchmal echt nervig. Ich meine, klar, du hast ein aktives Kampfsystem, das ist jetzt nicht ein Spiel, was ein mega Budget hatte, wo du sagen kannst, Alter, das hätten die alles perfekt machen müssen. Aber es ist nervt schon, es ist aber auch nicht bloß hier so. Das ist ja auch Dark Souls und sonstige Sachen, wo du so oh fuck, oh fuck, ja gut, jetzt ist es vorbei. Wo du dir so denkst, so, ey, Alter. Oh, da hinten ging es den Bergen auf, na super. Wo du dir dann so denkst, so, ey, komm schon, das muss doch besser gehen. Wenn mich ein Gegner nicht erwischt, dann sollte er mich auch nicht erwischen. Klar hast du den Vorteil wahrscheinlich als Spieler auch. Ja, mir ist auch bewusst, dass das Spiel schon ein paar Jährchen drauf hat. Also wir hätten nie auf diese Ebene gemusst, ne? Na, sauber. Naja, lass mich in Ruhe. Ich mach schon wieder den größten Fehler. Indem ich wieder alles stehen und liegen lasse, weil ich keinen Bock habe, die ganzen Gegner zu machen.
Yeah, I can really feel the earth pulse now. It's up above.
Guess we're in for some mountain climbing then.
Juhu. Klettern. Ich muss vielleicht auch das Kochen öfter benutzen, aber keine Ahnung. Ich sag's immer wieder und mag's dann doch wieder nicht. Okay, das wäre dann mein Stichwort oder mein Stichspeicherpunkt. Alter, jetzt voll das Donnergrollen. Oh ja, dann zieht sich Wolken zusammen. Dann bedanke ich mich an der Stelle bei euch fürs Zuschauen. Entschuldigt, dass ich mich ein bisschen viel über das Kampfsystem ausgelassen habe. Es ist jetzt nicht das Highlight, aber es ist in Ordnung. Aber ich finde die Geschichte geil und die Gespräche und die Charaktere sind sowieso der Wahnsinn. Einfach nur geil. Also, danke fürs Zuschauen, macht's gut. Bis zum nächsten Mal. Servus.